Go.
Whoa! What the fuck was that? Mortadella?
That was Sepultura Refuse Resist cover.
That was Sepultura.
That was a redo from a couple weeks ago when I was too high with Michael and didn't work out, so that was my redo.
So. Alright, folks, welcome to the podcast. Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe. I'm Chris Evans, that's Trevor Holstrom, and joining us today, our special guest, Sage. Hey, welcome, Sage. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Right there.
That's good to hear.
Just on the crook.
All right, Trevor, what's crapping, man? What's happening in your life?
I had a 3-day weekend. It was interesting. I went Friday. I went after work. Normal week of fixing saw blades, and then I went to the library for it. And I went to the first Friday Lane County Arts show that they do, where they have.
It sounds weak.
It was okay. It was okay. There was an old group that was playing. They were playing like oldies, and then there was some reggae that was going on, and some rapping and comedy, and it was all right.
I like how the 80s is considered the oldies now.
No, I'm talking like Mustang Sally 60s.
I know. But hilariously, the 80s is considered more oldies now. It's like we're getting into your parents' Devo. You know, it's like what?
Dude, it's gonna be
crack that whip.
Yeah,
give the prize a slam.
Step on it.
Break your mama back.
Whip it.
That's your Devo minute, folks.
Yeah.
You get one Devo minute every day.
It's going to be sad when, like, Avenged Sevenfold and stuff is oldies. Like, when we're older, like, oh, they're going to be like, yeah, Slipknot, that classic rock.
We've already discussed how metal doesn't age well.
Well, neither does certain songs like Dip, You Dip, We Dip, We Dip.
Where is Kiss these days? You know? Gene Simmons is getting his dick sucked while his wife watches.
And he does makeup for his daughter on ASMR. But yeah, I did some art stuff, and I went to a metal show at John Henry's. That was good. Left early because I was tired. But yeah, I saw some good grindcore metal, and then last night at the Big Dirty, 2 nights ago, Big Dirty, saw like it was half metal and punk, and then half hip hop. So it was cool.
Half Mexican and half American. You had your egg salad, and then you had your taco salad.
They were Filipino, Holmes. Get it straight.
Damn it, man. Get it right.
Yeah. But no, it was cool. And then today, Chris and I Gravel, Shits, and Gorgeous George went to the Fern Ridge Lake out west of Eugene towards the coast. We
murdered an entire family of beachgoers or park goers.
All of them. No, we just floated on intertubes for 3 hours.
We banned America with America's blood.
We did see a lot of American flags out there.
Yeah.
The
America! Fuck yeah! Doing stuff in America. It's always our country, yeah.
Higher gas prices. Fuck yeah. Taking away rights. Fuck yeah.
Health insurance.
Free education of the poor.
Now, I love that part in the song where they go, education. And it's like,
porno. Fuck yeah.
Taco Bell. Fuck yeah.
Explosions. Fuck yeah.
Titties. Fuck yeah. That was the best song written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone for like American theme songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about America and how we're not that great.
Deep down, we're just
Greatest
a bunch of
country in
rednecks.
the world that sucks the most dick.
We should change that to the country slogan. America, we're not all that great.
America, not as good as you once thought.
Very true.
What about you, Sage? What'd you do today?
I spent most of the day sitting on my ass playing video games.
What games you play?
Yeah. And I heard you mention about Dark Souls.
You ever played that?
I just got the Dark Souls tabletop game.
I've actually played Dark Souls. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Played a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Have you ever played that Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I
actually played.
pretty cool.
I got that game the day it came out.
Yeah,
and I've not regretted a
I've
second.
actually
I've
played
looked at
that
the
with
gameplay
Michael
online,
before.
and I'm like, man, it'd be cool to be
Dude,
a
it's
cowboy.
dope.
Right?
I've actually played it
Fuck
with
yeah.
Sage and Michael, and yeah, you can go anywhere in the U.S. during the 1800s. Like you can go to New Orleans and
I like
fight
the,
alligators.
I like the
and shit.
company Rockstar because it's like they take what they've built over years was GTA, and they like split it off into another platform, and they introduce like different characters.
Their big thing is GTA makes them more money,
Yes.
but that because of all the money they make on GTA, they can spend a lot of time making like a really
and you can see where the graphics and kind of the learning from GTA
Right.
played into Red Dead and like how.
But Red Dead's
they designed
pretty
it.
big though. It's
No,
huge.
it's
Yeah.
huge, dude.
It's a
That's
huge
how I
game.
figured it out because I don't even have a system or nothing. I don't game.
I mean, you wouldn't even know it until like the game until you like finish the game. But the entire map of the first
Finish
game
him.
is just shoved into the corner, just to prove how much they've grown.
What's also cool is they actually pay attention to like details of guns, and like you could tell they actually
Right.
hired historians to like look at details.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, how would they do this with the saddler? Da da da. Like small things. which
One
is
of the
cool.
one of the weirder things they include is the type of stew you buy in game
That's awesome.
was
like
invented.
stew and stuff.
But the specific like tomato-based stew that you're eating in game was only invented like a year before the game takes place.
Ah, that's awesome. This fancy new thing, tomato soup. Heard it's from the French.
Just hopefully I don't get poisoned. It does look an awful like nightshade.
Right?
Man.
The cool thing we did though see today at the lake was these people had taken 4 55-gallon plastic barrels and they ratchet strapped them underneath
took
a
drums.
picnic bench and then floated this picnic bench along the lake and had a umbrella and it had coolers of booze in them and
Had
had
a little tiny prop mower.
They had a little prop mower, then an American flag and a radio, and they were floating along, said being friendly. It was cool.
Fuck yeah.
Coolest thing I've ever seen.
It
at a
was
bench.
pretty cool. The thing I regret is we didn't go hang out with them a little bit. Because the first thing we did, literally, was we hit the water, and then we
They
started
were
to paddle out, and these guys were like, you want to tie off to us? And we were like, yeah, it sounds fun, but we just got in the water. Maybe we want to, like, scoot around a little bit, you know?
We should have hung out.
I wanna do that now, though.
Because I could have shown them some the weed, and Trevor could have got a beer for free, probably.
Maybe see a titty
Hey,
accident.
never-
slip
there's
out.
never
two
say no
girls
free
with
beer.
4 guys.
Yeah.
It was,
Hey, make it 6
the
guys, 2
ratio's a
girls.
bit off.
Anyway,
Hey, that depends on the girl.
Fighting gladiator.
you have an excellent point.
Yeah. She's like, I'll take on all 6 of you. You're like,
We're cocky on the
I
lake.
respect you, miss, but I wouldn't take you home.
One
Wouldn't
night's
take you
good
home to
enough.
Mama.
I might take her home, but you know.
But not to mama, though.
No, you take her home to mama, and she explains how about she used to take on 5, 6, 7, 8 guys a day. And
Yeah.
mama's like, back in my day, we used to take on 10 to 15. Those boys couldn't handle us. How do you think I ended up with this asshole? And she like bullies him a little bit. It's like, Grandma.
Yeah, well, I don't talk
Grandma's
to
a
Mom,
little bit of a bully.
but yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about your grandma.
Oh, my grandma's awesome. My mom, I don't
Except
talk
for the time she drinks and she loads her weapons. Yeah.
She
She's
did-
sitting there cleaning a gun. She's drinking a beer and she's
No, I've
loading
seen her.
it.
We had a 22 rifle that my grandpa would use to kill like
I love how you're
skunks or
trying
different
to make
things.
this serious.
Alright,
He's
fuck
like,
it.
once upon a time. Okay?
All right, seriousness. By the way, it's the 4th of July special, so
Happy
happy
Day,
4th.
America! Happy 4th, America!
So a
Independence,
quote,
blah, blah, blah.
a quote I did here, which is fitting, is America, where the land is beautiful, the people are mediocre, and the government not so great.
Yeah.
It's a great way to encompass
Where
America.
Super Bowls are born. That was Peggy's slogan to get the Dallas Cowboys to come to Arlington.
Hey, now when I think of Super Bowls, all I can think of is the last one of like 50 Cent trying to do sit-ups from the pull-up bar
How
and this
bad was the last
shitty
halftime
trailers,
show?
these like shitty fake trailers and Snoop Dogg is so rich at this point he didn't even put any effort. He's like D-double-O-G.
came out,
Just
he's
crip
like,
walked
dizzle,
around. Dizzle, my nizzle. And just did a lazy crip walk. And
Dizzle.
he's like, yeah, L.A. motherfucker. And everyone's like, yeah.
We don't know how to feel other than good.
And then Eminem came out. And then Mary J. Blige killed it. But
She's
yeah.
always been the best singer out of all of them. None of them are singers.
No, she's a singer. But anyways.
They're rapists. They're rapists.
A rapist. But anyways, it almost sounds like
It's
rapist.
a weird way to say
Yeah.
rapists. The rapists.
It's like rape
R.
seed.
Kelly is an upstanding citizen.
Right?
What's the-
Rapeseed oil.
Well, what's the
Rapeseed
common
oil.
term? No, rapeseed oil is
That's awesome.
there's another name for rapeseed that we use. It's a common seasoning we use.
You know, I don't.
I think Trevor's just making stuff
No,
up.
No,
rapeseed-
I know he's right.
No,
I know he's
rapeseed's a common thing.
I love that we're going off into no subject here.
All right.
I'm looking.
What's a rapeseed?
We're trying to keep it silly, folks.
No.
We're going to talk about some stoner use
get into
history.
feeding into his crazy wild rabbit chases there, Sage. Trevor will take you down the hole.
Also called rape or the colza plant.
Ooh.
It's mustard.
Oh, thank
Is it mustard seed?
you. Yeah, mustard
It
seed.
is.
Or is it just mustard?
Well,
Like
mustard-
green?
It is a type of mustard.
Well,
The mustard green.
Okay. So,
What
anyways,
about- damn it.
go ahead, Chris.
No way, man.
All
We
right,
gotta
then.
let Sage talk. We've been talking over him the whole time. You're a bad guest host.
You're good, man.
Chris, just smoke your cigarette, bud.
Check this out. The one spot I missed.
The tiniest little sunburn. Meanwhile-
that's what we gotta talk about.
Meanwhile, Trevor's fucking red from head to toe, except
Well,
for his eyes.
It was funny because I told him to put sunblock on.
I didn't put any on. I'm like, I'm good.
Well,
I'm
here's the
good.
best part is I go, I'll need a little sunblock, just like everybody. He's white. Well, not everybody. Sorry, black and Hispanic folks. We don't mean to offend. We know that you sunburn as well. But
Just a
Trevor's
little
more
less us.
prone to it than most,
I don't know
but
about
he
that.
thinks he's all tough. Now look at him.
Man, it's
You're a
you
discolored
think,
man.
You think it's not that bad now, but everyone knows it hurts more tomorrow.
Yeah, I've had sunburn.
Next day after.
I'm not like Ginger. I'm not like
No,
other people. No.
There's a reason I don't leave the house. Like,
Yeah, no. I
The fair
sunburned.
skin don't fare too well in these
I
harsh
sunburned, but
weathers.
I'll be good in a day or two. I'll be fine.
man, I've sunburned so bad I've gotten blisters. Like,
Yeah, isn't that
true, but-
fun when you get the
Yeah.
little water underneath and you're just like, I gotta pop it.
The best is when you have assholes that know you got sunburn. Like, how's it going, bud? And you're like,
Yeah, they slap you in the back.
yeah. And then your instinct is to immediately punch them in the face. But,
Right.
But then you're the asshole, so you're like, ooh, I'm gonna shit in your shoes later when you take them off. But anyways, kidding. I'm not gonna
We're
shit in
off
anyone's
the
shoes.
rails, folks. 13 minutes in, it's official. We're off the rails.
But we're gonna talk about stoner U.S. history. We're gonna talk about shopping malls, and no one really goes to them as much
We're gonna
anymore.
talk about how we built this city on rock and
I have some thoughts on
roll.
that.
How we milk it? You mean how we milk these titties on cock and balls? You mean? It's my
Trevor
version.
just thinks it's so clever. He's like, I rhymed it. I rhymed it.
Hey, Trevor can be clever sometimes, right?
Huh?
We also will have some reviews going on
Guys,
later
he
on.
uses that joke constantly.
Lies in the seat, Chris.
I don't lies in my seat. I sits in my seat. Oh!
You're a pretty cool guy, Chris. Pretty cool guy.
Sage, you gotta hop in here, man. If you
Get
don't
in.
hop
Alright.
in, goddammit, we'll
Whoa.
just run you down.
Oh. What do you want me to talk about?
Anything, man.
We could talk about some stoner years history if you want to get
Fuck
started.
yeah.
We
That's
can
the
talk
first
about
thing on the
marijuana
itinerary.
history.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I was reading on
So
modern day campus.
the first thing I was going to mention is the guy America's named after, Amerigo Vespucci, who
Wasn't he the original?
He was an Italian map maker in the 1500s.
Yeah, that's right.
yes,
And Cortez and them had just happened. So it's,
right, like people like the white people had just gotten to America, and this dude's like, okay, we've got a new landmass. Someone's got to have it named after him.
The
So
dude
he
that's making
makes
the
the
maps.
first. He makes the first map of America, It's disgustingly wrong. And
He's like, what do you think it looks like? He's like, I don't know.
he goes, well, he's literally like, we know about this bit, and it just draws the East Coast.
What was the guy who originally landed in Florida? He was supposed to be the original discoverer of the United States, but it kind of got like whitewashed, you know.
I don't know about Florida, but I can think of a few before
Isn't
that.
that the guy looking for the Fountain of Youth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He was
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon.
Yeah,
he was right before Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think 25 years or something like that.
Because
So
Columbus was
Well,
1492.
fucking hundreds of years
Cortez
before
was
that,
15.
we found
1409, something like that.
but fucking hundreds of years before that, we found evidence of fucking Vikings in
Yep.
Canada.
1000.
We found
Wait,
evidence.
Benson.
We found evidence that the Chinese made it to California. So
Yeah, a long time before that even.
A long time before that. you
Oh!
but my big point about Amerigo Vespucci is he made this map without ever going to America.
That's what I mean. Like somebody went up to him and was like,
Just like-
hey, we got all these recordings and all these data. We need you to draw us a map. He's like,
I don't think so.
he just draws a quick circle. He's
Yeah.
like, there you go.
He
That's
just
America.
take a sips of his wine real
There you
quick.
go.
So-
You sure? He's like, yeah, look, here's an island.
So we
On
live
the
in-
other side, here's an island.
We live in a country named after a man who's never even been.
An Italian kind of shiesty
Hey,
man
it wouldn't have
maker.
been the first time that somebody from America has taken something from somebody else and turned it around into its own weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, in reality, it's the most American way he could have done it.
Yeah.
We take tacos, we make them our own. Mexico, that's no longer yours.
Natives?
We take pizza, we make it our own. Italy, that's no longer yours.
Natives, we're gonna take your land and then put you in reservations, give you casinos. Long
I mean,
time
like
later.
the most American food of all.
Living in America.
Right,
Coast to
right.
coast.
Eye to eye.
One of the most American foods of all. Hamburgers are German.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah. Hot dogs.
Yes, sir.
They're fucking, isn't it, they're Germanish.
They're a German-based thing, but we
Yeah.
American. Also, Chinese fortune cookies are an American thing that Chinese
That's
Americans
extremely
did.
specific.
Yeah.
Chinese
Actually,
fortune cookies.
uh,
We stole them from the Chinese.
Chinese Americans did it, but yeah.
fun fact about American Italian food.
Let's go.
Meat is not a very common ingredient in
Nope.
traditional Italian food,
Yep.
but it was so cheap in America.
Yep.
They
It
started
was
putting
like
everything.
in Italy, especially, they like to cook with like a lot more vegetables. Mm-hmm. Fish was a big thing. Like you'd have fish maybe once a week or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nuts how like, especially in America, we pushed beef down people's throats.
Oh yeah.
Like the subsidies for beef in this country are really crazy.
Yeah.
Like they sell cows before they're even born and shit.
I mean, I'm
Or-
not-
or very very young.
I'm not
Yeah.
really complaining though, just because I love beef.
Dude, I love America's meat empire as well, but dude, you gotta wonder at a point. It's like, do we need it all?
we don't need
We
that
don't
much.
need it as much.
No.
You know, I think that we need to find like a middle ground between like having some meat and then having a lot more legumes and like vegetables.
I agree.
added in, and finding other sources of protein that work for us. Kale's really cool. Fucking soy and plankton. Plankton's pretty interesting.
Seaweed is a thing that we're starting to
Hey,
use
if
more.
I see
But
weed, I smoke weed. All right.
You know, there is not a single form of seaweed in the entire planet that's poisonous.
Yep.
There is not.
You can
Okay.
eat
Yeah.
all of it.
Whereas eucalyptus, on the other hand, you know, poisonous as shit.
Yep.
yes, it is. It's fun to throw in the fire though.
Damn those koalas! Why can they eat them? You know,
Their stomachs.
enzymes, baby,
Enzymes.
enzymes. Where are we at for topics, Trevor? We're just rambling on like a couple of ramblers.
We can keep talking about Stone Year's history, and then we could do an album review in a bit.
Real quick, let's get into a crazy story because we were talking about all these crazy stories we've had over
Yeah.
the years that we really haven't been able to bring to light because we've been so busy catching up on topics and talking.
Yeah,
about
we
new
still have a lot of
things.
backlog. So we could talk about how about a year ago, right, was we were preparing to move out of our last place down the block.
We were putting our hobo packs on our backs. You know, we had a couple of bandanas tied
Yeah.
up around some sticks.
We're just whistling Big Rock Candy Mountain.
And a big rock candy mountain. Hot damn, it's the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Oh shit! I got my vittles right here. Got to keep them from being soggy. But yeah.
He done turned him into a horny toad.
Them sirens done loved up Pete.
He's like, I saw him first.
I'm a salesman, a Bible salesman.
Exactly.
Fucking Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Yeah.
What's the plan, Big Dan? Sales, my boy.
The word of the Lord.
Well, I don't know what you mean, Big Dan.
He's blasted with a giant tree limb.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. That's pretty American right there. Shout.
Drifting people,
Yep.
stealing their shit. Yeah.
Especially in the Depression. Yeah.
I mean, fuck, that might be one of the easiest ways to live in the
Native
Depression.
Americans knew all along. They're like, all we got to give is the white people a few generations, and they'll burn themselves out.
Yeah.
You know, the entire existence of everyone in America
Anglos.
before the English showed up, like before the Europeans showed up, we only know about one war ever happening in the States.
I mean, there was evidence.
There was infighting.
There's like we got like a lot of smaller fights.
Yeah.
But there's not evidence of like huge wars.
We only know about
There
one.
had never been a push for the land like that. You know, it was the first time in their
Yeah,
history.
I mean there were skirmishes with each other.
Yeah.
Like the Apache and the Comanche would fight each other, or like the Sioux would
But normally
fight the
they just
neighbor-
have like a
tribes.
fight or two, and then whatever their problems would be settled.
Yeah.
I mean,
If anything, we helped unify all the tribes. We're like, oh, these white devils are fucking shit up.
We didn't unify them, man. We hunted them down to extinction.
and you can blame
True.
Thomas Jefferson for that.
Thomas Jefferson or like Andrew Jackson, but we
Still-
definitely gave them a common enemy.
Look, I
For sure.
thoroughly believe that there's only ever been one president who has never done anything wrong, and that's Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah.
Only president to ever actively go against the KKK.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ulysses S. Grant.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, he was there when they first
Right?
started.
He was a
obviously.
general in the Civil War.
Yeah, and then all the guys aside that he beat were like, "We'll get them Yanks."
And he was like, yeah, guys, just give it up, man. Just fucking give it up. Turn in your towels.
No, we'll never give up our robes. It's like it's like Django when they have the robes. Like these holes are too small. I
Who
can't see
cut
shit.
these? Willard's wife.
Well, next time you can do
Cut
your own.
damn mask.
Right? She
Don
put
John-
so much trouble in these damn things.
Don Johnson
No
is
one's
just
not
like,
saying we don't appreciate what Jenny did. All I'm saying is maybe they could have been done a little better.
next time do them
Next
your own
time-
damn selves.
We'll do them right. Yeah, that was pretty nuts. And we had the other story about how we were looking for an apartment at 1430 West Eugene.
Oh
Have you heard that story?
no!
Around a year ago, we were looking for our place, and Trevor had gotten a tip from his boss at his job.
Who rented out
Who rented an
homes
apartment
to people?
or an apartment or a home.
He rented out a couple homes to people that they had like bought cheap on the market, and then they had fixed them up a little bit, and then they
The
rent them to
landlord.
people. Yeah, it was a
Trying to
landlord.
explain how you own people.
Well, it's a little combo between being a landlord and a house flipper.
And he also, his main thing was he was a metal worker. He has his metal shop, and
All
he
right.
and his brothers also work on.
I appreciate he at least had like another job.
Yeah, no, his main job is welding. He's 70, and he's still like showing up to work every day welding.
Fuck yeah, man.
His main job's lying to people about where his property is.
Yeah. So he had given us an address, and he had given us the wrong address, and we looked it up, and we're like, oh, we'll be fine. When we got there, we realized there was no house there. There was the church along the fairgrounds on 13th Street that had the giant bum camp where the fairgrounds were.
Oh my
So it was
gosh.
literally
We were
He sent you to the bum
he
camp.
sent us to the bum camp where the church was, right by the fairgrounds of 13th Street.
Oh,
Well, here's the funniest part is
So we
that
were looking
we're
around.
walking around looking for this
9
address that
a.m.
doesn't exist. And as we're walking around, we end up on another street that's adjacent to
Let's
the
start
one we're
with the
looking
bum
at.
camp.
What about it? Oh, there's the topless homeless lady.
Yeah, there's an old topless lady when it first showed up.
What you haven't seen at a homeless camp a million times is
I
a
know.
fucking person that's going insane.
It's part of the story. Yeah, she's like, fuck you. And
There
then
was
flash.
just a really great moment where this woman thought that we were robbers, and she asked
Because we were
us if
looking
we
at-
were casing the joint, like we're a 1920s bad.
See?
Yeah,
Casing the
we're
door.
casing the joint here.
Yeah,
man.
Bugsy and I are gonna come back later, toots.
we
We're gonna-
got a couple of wise
Well,
guys
it's
here.
funny because we went ahead and we explained what we were doing, and she was like, "Oh well, you looked a little suspicious, you know." And she went on about how
We look like
she was
troublemakers.
afraid of what we looked like, I guess. And then she said something about you guys should leave.
Yeah.
And then I basically turned to her and I go, yeah, we're gonna rob this place. Make sure you're here later so
we're
that
gonna
we
come
can
back.
hit you up, you know.
And she immediately went, ah! And she got scared, like she believed it. And I was like, Chris, let's get out of here. And we started walking.
All right.
But
We
right
made some old lady upset.
also, right
Time to
before
leave.
that happened, when we had left, been flashed at the bum camp, went across the street, there was this old man in his 60s sitting on the sidewalk, and he had a full 40 of Hurricane that he had already finished almost at 9 a.m. It's like, what are you boys looking for? And we
He
told
was
him.
trying to point us in a direction.
Yeah, so we ended up by the apartment right there. But yeah, we didn't find this place, and then when we got the correct address from the supervisor, it was a different address a few blocks away. And it
wasn't even a few blocks away. It was a while away.
It was a mile or two away. It was on the west. It was on the far west side of
near
Eugene.
where the guy said. So
Yeah.
it's hilarious that he just given you the wrong address. Didn't know where his own house was.
Yeah.
And he rents.
He's old. He's old.
Yeah.
That's why old people should not drive or do things when there's a point like you're just losing your mind.
Trevor, you're an age cyst, man.
Nah. Well, at least like when I fuck up, it's because I smoke and drink too much. He doesn't do either. He's just old.
He doesn't do either, and he's
Yeah.
still fucking up.
Trevor's the uncle from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He's outside pumping sewage into the fucking sewer
Fuck
drain,
yeah, I am.
smoking a cigar, drinking a beer. He goes, "Jitter's full."
By the way, that guy, Dan Quaid's brother, he was on the run from law a few years
He's
ago.
fucking nuts.
Yeah,
now, dude. He went crazy.
He did a bunch of meth and was on the run from the law for a while.
Wow.
He was a fugitive.
And he saved the world from aliens on Independence Day.
That's right, he did.
This is our Independence Day. He's like, oh, he said the name of the movie.
Man, I was actually, speaking of Independence Day, I was looking up trying to figure out what like the biggest spaceship in any sci-fi was.
Yeah, it's 'cause
Because-
the Halo spaceship, I guess.
Well, yeah, counting it as a spaceship feels like cop out. It's just a giant metal ring.
It's a giant interstellar spaceship.
What about Star Wars though? Like,
Well,
Not
there's
that
a bunch of big shit in Star Wars. No, turns out the real biggest one is this fucking shit from Independence Day.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, unless you count Warhammer, because Warhammer has ships the size of fucking galaxies. Like,
that's crazy.
I was surprised that the Death Star was not as big as I thought it was. Like,
Yeah,
it
no,
really
size of a
made
moon.
The Death Stars seem
Like the
humongous.
size of a moon.
yeah,
and
wait
stuff.
till you learn how big the fucking prop was. It was only about the size of a soccer ball.
Yeah. They literally painted a soccer ball and they like dug into it a little bit to divvy that like.
Well, and when they're
circular cap.
flying, the X-wing is over it.
Yeah.
It's just Warhammer pieces,
Yeah.
or not Warhammer, Battleship.
Yeah.
It's just Battleship pieces stacked on top of each other.
It's like you see it in the
awesome.
planning
70s.
stages. They're just like messing with clay.
Right?
See, look.
Man, I wish movies were still made like that, man.
Yeah, claymation's always funny because
Yeah,
it
it
takes
is.
so long to create a scene. It's like we're gonna have a move, okay, and go. Frame. Frame.
Frame.
Frame. He's just one at a
Endless,
time, baby.
endless frames. So, want to continue on history, or do you want to do an album review real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get into our album review.
All right. So this is a band called Assjack, and they're a
Assjack.
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 Yeah, you know when you need to lift an ass up.
Anyways, Florida people, I swear.
Trevor's
Anyways.
just mad because he wants to jack somebody's ass up.
Not as
I
funny
mean-
as you thought, Chris. That's right.
Judging by the
Damn,
look on
I
his
thought it
face,
was
you want to
hilarious.
jack your ass up.
Anyways,
He's gonna be jerking my ass off.
so this is a country death metal band that Hank Williams III joined, but it's not Hank III's as a whole. It's just
Right.
he happened to be a member, happened to be the vocalist and guitarist for this band.
Man, I have nothing but respect for Hank 3.
Yeah, Hank III, he does country, he does bluegrass, he does metal, he does punk, he does everything in between. So this is a band that he's part of. So YouTube, don't try to like, oh, we can't monetize it. This is Assjack. Hank III's part of. But yeah, Assjack is a self-titled album, and I'm gonna play you the first minute of the song "Smoke the Fire."
Oh.
We're good. We're good. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's good, but yeah, that's
Man, I
that
love
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, this whole album is like you're like, whoa, the same guy that does country heroes and like smooth country songs, he also does fucking Cannibal Corpse
I didn't
style
know if
stuff.
I was at a weird rave or if I was at a mosh pit.
Man, I love-
It was like in the middle.
Yeah,
somewhere.
no,
I love any song where the drummer obviously is not bored.
No, there,
He is working.
no, there was blast beats in there.
They're like,
There was
just go with
double
what you
bass.
feel. He's like,
Yeah, double bass, blast beats, just gnarly distortion. So yeah, that's the band Assjack, the self-titled, and the song "Smoke the Fire." Mm-hmm. And Hank III is the vocalist and the guitarist.
I don't know why, but when you said Hank the Third, I was like,
Hank
oh, he's
Hank
the
Williams
third.
the third.
He's the third rendition of Terminator. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Terminator 3.
But yeah,
This
there's
is when Arnold's cool.
as far as I can tell, there's just the one album. Then he went back to doing his own band. But yeah, it was a cool little
We're an
thing he did.
American
Good
band.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I liked it. It wasn't bad. I couldn't understand much of it.
that was the whole point, Chris.
What
But
was the point to not understand it?
if you get further on into the song, the vocals get more clean. But the first
It
minute,
starts out, it's just like.
That's how I like
And
it,
then in
man.
the
That's
second
how-
minute, it's like.
That's what I
"Did you
want my
get
metal to
that?"
sound like.
Chris like sad emo boy metal, where
I
you cut
do.
yourself and cry, whereas
I
I
do.
like more straight death metal. and
Trevor
black
likes
metal.
to think he's so hardcore.
I'm pretty cool.
He's pretty hardcore.
He's
Yeah.
so hardcore that, damn it, man, I can't think of a joke right now. I'm stoned.
All right, so moving on. Do we have a movie review for you?
Yeah, I got a funny one. It's called Bioharzard, and it's a foreign film. It's a Chinese American film. Well, it's not a Chinese American film. It's a Chinese made film.
Make sure you
but it
finish
has a
it.
very American
Oh, is
vibe
it?
to
Yeah.
it. So in this movie Bioharzard, it's basically an apocalypse scenario with a zombie twist. So they have invented this beautiful pill that takes any average 5-looking kind of girl and turns her into a 10. So it's basically a beauty pill, and they have gotten a lot of success with it actually. So I think it's over like 95% of the population's women have used it. So there's just a bunch of hot women running around.
Nice.
And
The perfect world.
exactly. But what ends up happening is there's a genetic mutation in the people that have used it. So the women basically become zombies with the ability to kiss people, and once they kiss you, they turn you into a woman.
Oh.
Yeah,
What the
just
fuck?
Through transference, I guess, through the chemicals of your body, through saliva or some shit, they kiss you and you start to become a hot chick.
Oh.
Oh no!
So the movie starts out with this one character who's held up in a mall where basically he's hiding out, and the only way he can get out to go get supplies and stuff is to dress up in drag. So in this movie in particular, that's like a running theme is that all the heroes that are men are in constant drag, running around and trying to fight women.
Nice.
So he ends up getting discovered by this other survival group who's going to a place called the Tower. And supposedly in the Tower there's scientists and military and supplies that can help to create an antidote, you know? So they attempt to get there, and while they're attempting to get there, there's a girl with the group. There's a girl that can... There's another thing, I guess, that when you get bitten, you go insane and stupid. It's like the disease of being beauty, I suppose, or being beautiful.
So
You're
like-
just dumb and hot.
So it's like a lot of the chicks. It's like a lot of the chicks we see every day here. Just oh
Right?
my god.
It's very hot and just oblivious to
I don't
things
understand.
around
I don't
the
understand how people who are here to go to college
Yeah.
can be that dumb.
Well, they're here to go to college, man. It doesn't make them smart. You know? There's a lot of dumb people in schools.
They have access to the finances to just keep doing it.
Hey, they got a lot of nice things, but
Yeah.
And
So,
they leave all their shit
what
just
ends
on the
up,
side.
what ends up
during the summer.
happening is they try to get supplies. One of the main male heroes is kissed, and then he turns into a hot chick. And so the side character, the one that was trapped in the mall, ends up falling in love with the female character. They end up, trying to figure out the world that they're living in. And she has this ability to not turn into a stupid. She's already a hot chick. Like I think she was born. She's got that natural hot chick smartness.
There
to
you
her.
go.
So
Wonderful.
she's not kiss crazy yet. You know, she's just herself. So the guy and her eventually get to the tower. They're taken into custody by the police of the tower, and then they get introduced to the main guy, who, spoiler alert, ends up being a bad guy. You know, yeah. Who hasn't seen that once or twice?
Oh no!
Right? But it comes to find out that there is a series of women that haven't been infected by this, and they're able to stay immune, basically. And then what they're trying to do is collect these women up to build an immune response to the disease. And a lot of shit goes on, and I'm spinning out of dust here. But basically, in the end, they fall in love. The women of the next generation, the hybrid generation, they escape the facility, they blow it up.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, it's a cheesy Chinese movie at the end, but a great film, hilarious to watch. I really enjoyed the trans like jokes in it and stuff.
Nice.
It was very good, and it was just like, I don't know, it's a common thing because like, I guess the plight of men and women is that, you know, you can't always just be another sex immediately. You know, but I don't know. Having that perspective is pretty interesting.
So how many? If this is about hot chicks, like how many used tampons out of 10 would you give it?
I wouldn't give it any used tampons.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Reels
So,
of film?
so no, how many lipsticks? 1 out of 10 lipsticks would you give it?
It's a good 7, man.
7
It's a
lipsticks?
really good film. I
Okay.
thought it was the concept was hilarious. The way it played out was great. The characters, you actually end up invested in them towards the end. The storyline's a bit much, but in the same scenario, you know, in the apocalypse, there's not much to the apocalypse. Survival, maybe procreation, and that's about it, man.
lots of
Try to find an antidote. You know, that's it.
Eat lots of cans of beans and jerk off in a shed somewhere.
Right, I think a lot
So,
of people don't think those parts of the apocalypse up.
Yeah.
Where you're just alone in a shed, jacketing.
Longevity.
Well, it's like fire, war, like a lot of crazy things. There's moments.
Father of mine, tell me where have you been?
Left a poor white boy in a black neighborhood. Yeah.
This
But-
poor white boy in a black neighborhood.
But yeah, there's just lots of probably waiting. I'd imagine like lots of long moments of boredom and then short moments of sheer terror. Like anything in life.
And I've been told numerous times that like in war, especially if you're like into the trenches, you spend most of the time there just sitting there waiting.
Yeah. When I did fire too, there was a lot of periods where you're waiting around somewhere in the woods. You're just waiting to get that call.
Sometime a fire will happen.
Yes, no, it will. Sometimes it's firemen that are bored and they start fires too, and they've been caught. That's the thing.
And can I do another quick movie review? Because
Yeah.
I started watching it before I passed out, and it wasn't half bad. So the new rendition of Carrie that was done in 2002.
Haven't seen it.
It
You
was
mean the
pretty
horror
good.
movie?
Yeah.
I thought was it before that? Didn't they? It was an original before.
So in 1976 they made the original Carrie.
Yeah.
That I
And
have seen.
This is the newest version that was done in 2002. It was a remake,
Yeah.
years ago, but still, pretty awesome, man. I mean, the gal that plays Carrie, you can tell they made her look really frumpy, but she was hot underneath all that ugly, man. You
so
can tell.
she's like Velma from Scooby Doo.
I tell you,
she's hot.
You take those glasses off, you
And
got a hot
that
chick.
turtleneck sweater. Ooh,
You got a hot chick. Let
Man.
those sweater puppies loose, Velma.
Velma's hot.
Velma was a
Raven
key
and Velma,
part of my
man.
childhood.
Raven and Velma. Raven and Velma.
Oh, Raven too from Teen
Starfire.
Titans.
Oh yeah,
She was the one I liked too.
Watch.
right.
Starfire, like you have a fun night, but Raven, like all right, you can be my wife.
Raven's your ex-wife that down the road you got a kid with her and you get to see her every once in a while and you're like,
But
she's
she worked
still
out.
got an ass.
I wish
She's
I
still
worked that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
She's one of those girls that you have and she's just eternally beautiful.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it.
Whereas
I wish I
Starfire,
could have made it work out. She's
Starfire's
nuts.
Starfire's like the hot cheerleader. Like,
She's
well,
here to take over the universe eventually.
Yes.
Right? Not hard to get into bed, but you wouldn't want to keep her there too long.
Yeah. He starts talking like, "Oh my God, did you know about this thing on your planet called coffee? I went to this place called Starbucks." Da da da. Just all right. You're an alien, pretty white girl, pretty much.
Just a pretty white girl. Pretty white girl. Pretty white girl. It's dirty white boy, but it's pretty white girl.
Yeah. Hey, white girl
pretty
trap.
white girl.
But yeah, white girl trap. That's the thing. If you ever want to trap a bunch of pretty white girls, use a Starbucks. Tell them there's free Wi-Fi and free biscotti cookies.
We were driving down the road when we were camping, and that was a joke I made. I was driving, and I was like, "That's the perfect white girl trap." And it was because we watched these two blonde girls, about 20-ish, just walk in, and you're like, what if the door just sealed behind them?
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't have much of a chance of getting out. And
and there's just some creepy dude in a mask in the back.
You just have a cell phone jammer, it jams your cell phone immediately.
Oh, if they didn't have a cell phone to use, it'd start screaming. Ah!
Right. Yeah, but it's soundproof windows. It's like all been thought up really intricately.
Also, screens just immediately come up so you can't see the inside.
Dude, are we just creating an escape room?
Yes.
Are we just creating a Starbucks themed escape room?
Yes, we are.
I would fucking try and get out of a Starbucks themed escape room.
But see, I want escape rooms to take it to the next level. I want it to get jigsaw-y.
Oh,
If you fail, you die.
Yeah, if you fail, like I want them to sign a waiver that says I get to chop off a finger or some shit. If you fail, I'll take your index and pinky. It's like, what?
The key is hidden inside this 400-pound disgusting woman that smells like cheese.
No, you use like a pig or something. You're like, it's inside that live pig. You have to kill it and get it.
In order to escape, you must cut off enough of your own body.
Yeah, you gotta burn the soles of your feet to get to the key that's across the room on these hot coals.
Or do some John McClane where it's just broken glass everywhere.
Right.
Die hard and you have to walk across broken glass.
There was a haunted house that it gets done every year. It's gotten turned into a really ridiculous haunted house. But it's a guy that makes people sign waivers, and he basically tortures them for 3 hours.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, and they have to, because I think one person's died of a heart attack afterwards, and then one's died during having a heart attack.
Damn.
So
it's a crazy haunted house.
It's as haunted and as crazy as you want it to get, but it's like nuts that people are so bored in their own life that they're like, I need a real scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me is tempted.
Here, this is how you flip the scared house on somebody. You go in there, bunch of guns, bunch of guys. You take them hostage.
Yep.
And you turn it around on them, start using their stuff on them, and then let them know how it feels.
Yep.
You know?
And this is your toothbrush?
And see, in the end, here's the best part. Here's the best part in the end. You kill them, right?
Then I shit in their shoes. I just want to be able to shit in their shoes at the end.
And then they realize at that moment, right before you kill them, that they fucked up by creating this crazy house where they torture people.
Right?
That'd be the best part, to run into the one person that's really into torture pain and like getting them off, and then eventually they let them loose. They never like leave them alone. They become like a stalker, and then oh dude, that'd be amazing. You've unlocked Pandora's box. You should have never did that, bud. First crackle of a firework, man. Did you hear all the premature poppers last night?
Yeah, all those teenagers were just running around.
I've been seeing them pop up every once in a while, fucking for like a week now.
We have some sparklers. We just wanted to do them in the alleyway.
Fuck yeah.
How poor and white trash are you? Well, this
Just
4th of
stuck my arm
July,
out.
me and my friends smoked weed and hung out and burned sparklers in an alley.
I just stuck my arm outside of the window and then just do that. Like, all right, we're good.
That dude comes along, he's like,
Oh.
he's like,
I'm gonna tell on you.
the fire started.
Dude, I've gotten in trouble for fucking smoking weed on the front porch so many times.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
The landlord
It's
comes
against
out,
the
it's like,
law.
you gotta at least move over there.
Yeah, Shelby.
Yeah, you can't do it, man. That's why we don't do it.
Well, I've done it and hung out with them, but we go to the sidewalk ramp and then it's
Fucking,
usually fun.
if I smoke in my fucking apartment, it smells halfway through the courtyard, and apparently that's fine.
Where's your apartment?
Down the first floor.
Well, he's been staying with them, Christina and them. But,
How's that working out?
It's one of the more comfortable couches I've slept on.
That couch eats That couch eats all your things, though.
Right, it does.
Wallet, everything.
Man,
sit down.
You gotta take your shit out of your pockets before you.
My wallet's
couch.
been missing for like 2 weeks now. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure it's
gotta-
in the fucking couch.
Oh,
You
you're still
take the
missing.
couch off? You can't take the cushions off?
I mean, I can, but sometimes shit falls like inside of the couch.
And then you gotta lift the couch up.
Yeah.
It's okay. What's wrong with
You should
that?
do that. Just scoot it out a little bit and just check.
Yeah.
Is it light?
Guaranteed it's probably in between a cushion or a flapper of the
Yeah, folks.
thing. You lose your wallet, check your couches.
Check your couches, folks. We could talk about shopping malls. People don't go to them much anymore.
People are talking people. There, I was trying to do the Step Brothers. Trevor doesn't know Step Brothers. He's
Yeah.
never seen it.
That
I've seen
movie's-
parts of it. I've seen clips.
It's
of
a
it.
very
He's seen
Trevor
Boats
movie.
and Hoes. Yeah,
I've seen a couple-
That's what
I've-
blows my mind is he hasn't seen it.
I've seen the ending of it.
He's seen where.
Don't put
the
your
treehouse
balls on my
part.
drum set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that part, and then with the treehouse
I
thing.
love the part where they're
Yeah.
after they get done with their like massive fight, they're sitting on the couch with ice packs, and they're watching Shark Week, and they're watching a great white eat a seal, and they're like, it's all power, it's raw power, and he's like, oh snap! They like do a high five. He's like, I hate you, still hate you too. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
No, I've known people
We're
where
gonna
like,
have to watch that after the podcast. That is a movie for
Definitely.
tonight. Definitely a movie to watch.
So Step Brothers, America. Yeah, there you go.
America, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
doing all the crazy shit and some other
But people don't go to shopping malls much anymore because of the internet. There you
Man,
go.
I've been thinking about the fact that like when you go to a mall, when you go to a shop in a mall, like I've gone to a mall just to look at shit.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
it's a
didn't buy
nice
anything
thing to window shop, man. But it's weird. The American mall has like fallen off.
Because of the
Yeah.
internet, obviously.
Nobody goes to a mall to like see their friends anymore. Nobody goes to a mall to do like their holiday shopping.
and I feel
There's a few, because I went to a mall a few months ago, and there's a few like teenage girls there.
Well, like comparatively.
yeah.
Throughout America.
I-
throughout all the malls.
It's funny that like teenage white girls are still all let's go to the mall,
Yeah.
and so they don't fucking buy anything while they're there.
yeah.
I buy a couple things.
Like they go to Starbucks. Like
It's so crazy. If you go to a food court nowadays, that's like the busiest spot in the mall.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true,
getting
yeah.
Food, you know?
The bookstore, probably the least busiest spot, because a bunch of hot white girls are not going to go read some books on philosophy. It's not going to happen.
Where do you think all the hot white girl money comes from, Trevor?
Their
Their parents?
hot
Their parents,
their
or
hot
their
parents,
boyfriend, or their husband's wife.
or a combination. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
happens.
my thought is immediately their hotter mom. Yeah.
Yes.
I always wonder why women, especially pretty girls, have so many more nicer things than I do.
Money.
And I'm like, it's because they're pretty too.
Also,
And
they're
like,
pretty
yeah,
helps.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not that hard when you're
They-
pretty.
yeah.
That's what life doesn't teach you. If you're pretty good looking,
Hey,
A lot
a
of-
lot of
a
shit
lot-
for free.
I'll tell
And
you
a lot
what,
of people will do stuff for you. Yeah.
50 minutes and some chapstick. I bet
Why,
you can get
why
some free
is that
shit
about
too.
us as a people? It's like if you're hot enough, we'll just give you things for free.
Or we'll help you out. No, this hot chick will just do it for you.
Why not? You're hot, and maybe if I do things for you, you think I'll be hot and pretty like you.
You'll say hi to me and talk to me. I've worked at places where a hot chick comes in and everyone freaks out. Oh.
Dude, there's one girl at my job that she knows she's pretty, and she knows what she does, and it's just one of those weird things. Like she can make or break your day with a smile, and it's so aggravating because you're just like, damn it, why should this have so much effect on me?
Because you have testosterone.
Testosterone.
But
testicles.
another thing was they built a lot of these shopping malls in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you have now a lot of abandoned shopping malls. So that's a huge issue.
They've
'cause you
just
have a
recently
lot
found
of them around
a
the country.
Burger King in an old abandoned mall.
Yeah, there's
Like
a lot of abandoned malls
Burger
around
King fruit.
the country. So that'll be a thing. What are you gonna do with all these abandoned malls?
Back in,
Do something productive.
Back in Washington, we had one that they
Not at
built.
all.
They built an entire mall, and never fucking opened the place.
Yeah, I heard about that. There was one too. They built one of like the largest. They were trying. This was hilarious. In the late 2000s, They were trying to build like a mega mall.
Right.
In the middle of nowhere.
Just like something
Indiana
fucking
or some
huge.
shit.
Yeah.
And it's like 2016 or 17 rolls around and nobody's going to malls anymore. And it's like almost finished construction. And they're just like, yeah, there's nothing we can do with it pretty much.
I say we turn it into fucking housing.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yep.
We could do that. There's another one about airports as well. They build these airports to be connecting ports to bring like smaller cities more population.
Right.
And they built this giant airport.
Isn't that why Denver, Colorado exists?
Exactly. Nobody would go to Colorado if it wasn't for the Denver airport.
Right?
I used to live in
Rocky
Denver.
Mountain High.
I used to live in Denver when I was 3, but my dad had a job there. But yeah, unless most people go to Denver for the airport.
I went to Denver to pass through and get weed.
Okay.
I was really happy when I got into Denver because I didn't know where to stop in Colorado for weed. Obviously, it's legal in the state, but I didn't know where any dispensaries were. So I was like, definitely when I get to Denver, there's going to be tons of dispos and stuff. I can just stop and get weed. There's not as many as you think.
Right.
There are some, but it's sometimes it's hard to come by. And when I went into Denver, it was so trippy to me because I'd never been in a dispo. This is my first time ever going in a dispensary. And there's just an armed security guard at the front door with a fucking, 45. He's got a giant gun. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, nothing, ID. I'm like, all right, here you go.
Man.
And then I got in and the bud tender was a little bit more chill.
One thing about this town, I'll tell you, is you are not starved for number of fucking pot shops.
No.
Yeah.
Like you go 2 blocks, you're gonna
It's
fucking
an
find one.
over fucking abundance of weed stores.
Saturation
That's why
of it.
They open and they close within a couple months.
That's why the ones that stick around, I'm impressed by, man.
Yeah, Space Buds,
Well,
Sorority
fucking
House.
Space Buds at least has a gimmick though, because it's also like a sci-fi museum.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. That's kind of like smashing 2 things together, you know?
It's worth going just for the fucking shit they got though.
You think it'd be dope to watch fireworks from the top of the fucking parking structure?
Oh, that probably would be fucking rad.
Yeah, man. If we go up to the top of the parking structure, we could probably watch them do mean fireworks here in an hour.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or you just watch
Take
it
some
from
chicken
there.
up there.
Just watch it from
We'll
here
pack
too.
a picnic.
Just watch it from there too.
A picnic basket.
Hey,
I-
boo.
I made that joke to those
Ranger
people on
Dave.
the people on the floating picnic bench. It was like, hey, watch out, Yogi Bear starts swimming at you, you know,
Right.
picnic basket.
Yeah, I don't know if they got that one, Trevor.
They laughed.
Yeah,
They laughed.
They laughed, but I don't know if they got it.
They're white people. Who knows? They don't have the best sense of humor
I
sometimes.
felt extremely awkward talking to these people. They were so nice, but it was out of my comfort zone, I suppose. Because they were just so cool that I was like, I can't be around these cool people right now. They've got a floating picnic table.
Right?
Who am I but a troglodyte and a fucking
Inner tube.
tube at
That's
this
definitely
moment.
something you gotta do sometime then. You gotta get some plastic barrels.
I definitely want to try that experiment sometime.
Oh, dude, it's not hard. We can float anything with enough fucking 55-gallon drums.
But yeah, the plastic ones. Hell yeah.
I know, fucking, you get the right shit for it, you can fucking fit a car.
They have them at my job. I just need to fucking ask them.
That's how a lot of people from
Well,
Cuba.
shit.
How people from Cuba will come up as they use the barrels and they'll put like
buoyancy.
pallets.
And that was the funniest thing about fucking Trump's whole "we're gonna build a wall" thing. The only issue I saw was you are aware that you can just take a boat, right?
Yeah,
go
your
around.
teeth bleeding?
Oh yeah. My gums are like so fucking weak because I don't brush my teeth.
You should brush your
shit,
teeth
You
today.
should brush your teeth, bro.
I should.
Do it tonight.
I do occasionally, but
Brush your teeth
Do you
tonight.
want like a paper towel or something? Here.
fuck, yeah. Ugh. As fun
Yeah.
as fun as it is to get
I was
covered
just
in
looking
blood.
over and I was like, I don't think
So
he's
yeah,
been eating
Sage-
any red candies
Sage,
or anything.
Sage just has red running down the front of his
the
mouth.
front teeth of his
Yeah,
teeth.
just blood. That's all right.
Sage, it's all good, baby. I just want your teeth not to fall out.
Man, I've been worried about that too. Been trying to brush them more lately.
I think that's a real problem we don't talk about enough.
Dental
Brushing
care?
your teeth.
Yeah, dental
You gotta
care.
brush your teeth, folks.
Take care of your teeth.
Or else you'll be on a podcast
They tell-
and your teeth will just start bleeding.
Yeah.
Right? They tell you, all the time when you're younger, you gotta brush your teeth every day, but there's no one there to fucking remind you when you're an adult.
You gotta remind you.
Man, I can't fucking remember what I ate for breakfast most days. Like,
before you forget what you ate for breakfast, forget to brush your teeth.
Forget not to forget.
So yeah, America, the land of shopping malls and bloody teeth.
Hey, you know what? No matter how bad my teeth get, the English will have it worse.
That's true.
Yeah. Even with all of our craziness, we got fiber in the water, folks. And fiber will keep your teeth strong. Or wait, not fiber. What is it?
Talking about chlorine?
No.
No, in the water, it's fucking fluoride.
Fluoride. We got
Yeah.
fluoride, baby.
Actually,
It
the
blocks
fact
your third eye.
the
Pineal
fact
gland. Yeah.
the fact that in Oregon fluoride in the water isn't a thing was such a big deal to my dad when he moved up here. He was like,
You guys don't know the amount of fluoride in the water. It's controlling you.
no, he apparently like moved here and immediately was like, people's teeth are weird because there wasn't fluoride in the water.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. It's really good drinking water. I moved out here from Florida. In the particular part of Florida that I'm from, has some of the worst water.
You're in South
I've got a
Florida.
buddy. I've got a
Swamp water, baby. We're getting it from canals and rivers.
I've got a buddy whose fucking water is supposedly full of fucking liquid cyanide.
Yeah.
So he can't drink any of it.
It was weird when I went back home, like last year, and I went to drink some water out of the tap. I was like, what is this? And this is the water I drank all the years growing up. And I went home after, a few years living out here, and I tried the tap water, and I was like, it doesn't taste right. So they put something in the water out here.
Something
I
in
hope
the
it's
water.
acid.
Man, I wish they put acid
Everyone's
in the
just
water.
high all
Just
the time.
a small amount of LSD, just enough to fucking mess with it.
Or we could be like Rome, where we put mercury in the water, and like everyone was just going crazy in Rome.
Hey, I'll
that
take
was a
my
big
mercury
issue.
like
Fuck, that was
Man,
a big
I've
issue.
got
I'll
some
take my
shit to say
mercury
about
like
Rome.
I like my
Man, when fucking
Let's go, Rome.
when the General Scipio won his big war against North Africa,
Oh, Carthage?
yeah, and
Yeah.
Carthage, he literally salted the earth and burned all their crops, and to this day, you can't grow shit in Carthage.
no, salting the earth is a real thing.
But he did it multiple times. Like
Yeah.
he came back and
Yeah.
like
To this day,
You
you
know
can't grow
why?
anything.
You know why? Because he wanted to make sure.
Fucking,
That motherfucker knew.
I
He was
think-
like, for generations, they will never be able.
I'm not 100% certain on this, but I think it was Pliny the Elder who used to end all of his like Senate speeches in Rome with the sentence, and also, Carthage must be burned. Literally, and he kept trying to get them to go back to war with Carthage for like
Well, it's
years.
hilarious because like the earth is so self-repairing that if you dumped a ton of water and kept it underwater for 100 years, it would be fertile again.
Yeah.
It just has to be rejuvenated.
well, it's
But-
so dry in that
Exactly.
area. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the fucking the Dead Sea and shit.
Yeah.
The salt
What's-
content alone is fucking
Well, it's
rich.
crazy.
salt content of the Red Sea or Dead Sea,
Dead and red.
Dead
Yeah.
and red is so much that
Better
you
dead than
can red.
Better red.
better
than
dead than
That could be a thing. Better dead than red this one.
That's the name of the episode.
Also, communism. There you go. Said it, folks.
Fuck communism. Fuck democracy
Fascism.
and
Fuck all.
You
capitalism.
know,
Fuck off.
communism. Communism
I'm
is
going
very
libertarian,
popular
man.
these days.
I'm going libertarian
All right.
over here.
I like the idea of it. I think it's an altruistic thing. The problem is humans do fuck.
Yeah, if humans were perfect, it would
Yes.
work great.
The problem is people like
we suck.
yeah.
And the first step to admitting that we suck
Is admitting
that we suck.
yes.
All right. So Trevor, let's go. Play us out, bro.
Hand me the guitar, please.
And that
fucking
man
Lily.
his axe.
Right?
All right, folks, it's been awesome here with you. We wanna
Also, hand
go ahead
me
and
that
wish you a
bag
happy
real
4th
quick.
of July. And coming from the two lonely boys in a canoe, we are really glad to have had Sage here today.
Absolutely.
Great, man. We'll have to have you come back again.
We
I'll
also
have to.
we also posted some more episodes on
If
there,
nothing
so-
else, if
Yeah,
nothing else,
check it out.
we post Malone some more episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, we
folks.
now have episodes 9
We
to
are
15
now
on
in
there.
the fucking function of being able to function. So you
man,
know,
if nothing else, I gotta beat my mom's record for guests you've had on the most.
junction.
What's your function? Fuck, that
Go,
takes me
Trevor,
back.
go. Damn it, play it, play it.
so
Fuck yeah. You're always gonna have me beat on the memorizing part of that.
Yeah, man. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. We won't see him next time. We'll talk at
We'll
you
see
next
him
time.
We'll see him eventually
We'll
later.
see him in the future.
Hopefully not.